Hello and welcome to Math 151, Business Calculus. My name is Matt Lathrop and I'll be your instructor this semester. Even though we won't be meeting face-to-face, I still want to give you a little bit of an introduction overview of the course just to help you out with getting started. However, I want to definitely encourage you to contact me anytime you have questions throughout the semester. In the syllabus, you'll find my contact information, email address, office phone number, whether it's questions about the course content, what to work on next, or anything else. Absolutely, please feel free to keep in touch. Let's start off with how to actually access our course. On my screen here, I've already logged into my Heartland account, and what you'll want to do from there is click on the My Labs Plus tab. We won't be using Blackboard at all this semester, so we'll just head to My Labs Plus, and then click that link to automatically log into MLP. From there, you'll see a much shorter list of courses, but under Fall 2017, you'll be looking for Math 151, Lathrop, Section 91. When you log in, you'll be taken to the announcements page. This is a page that you'll want to at least take it a second or two to look at every time you log in. The first thing you'll see here are any announcements that have been posted in the course, and you can click on this link to view any past announcements just in case there was something you missed. So that's one way that I'll be communicating information with you this semester. You'll also want to take a glance at this number, your overall score in the course. That'll start off at 0 since we haven't completed any assignments yet, but as you progress through the course, completing assignments, as grades get entered, that will always be kept up to date. So every time you log in, you'll be able to get a quick snapshot of where you stand in the course overall. This graph down here will start to fill in as well, just giving you that similar information but in a different format. So every time you log in, just check to see if any new important information has been posted and just glance at your overall score. If you're happy with it, great, keep up the good work. If it's a little lower than you would like it to be, then consider contacting me for some extra support, going to work with the tutors in the library, or finding some other resource or avenue to get some extra help with the course. On the Start Here page, you'll actually find the video that you're listening to right now, as well as some additional information. A video on how to navigate the course, a video on checking your progress and getting help, as well as a campus safety video. After you finish up with this video, you'll want to check out that other information and look at the information on the Getting Help page, the additional practice page, all of that before you dive into Module 1 and our first week of assignments. For the rest of this video, though, we want to focus on the information in the course syllabus, just to, again, give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect and what to prepare for this semester. The syllabus will start off with my contact information. My email address is provided and my office hours are listed here. Those I would recommend as the two best ways to get a hold of me, either stopping in and seeing me face-to-face or shooting me an email. I will do my best to always get back to you within 24 hours, oftentimes faster than that, but just keep in mind that over the weekend it may take me a little longer to get back to you. My office phone number is also provided there, but if I'm in classes or out of the office, something like that, it's just not the quickest or most efficient way to get a hold of me. You'll want to take a look at the catalog description, as well as some other information that we're going to move through pretty quickly here, as we focus on some more of the key things that I want to talk with you about. So in terms of required materials, you don't need to purchase a physical textbook for this course. All you'll need is online access to My Labs Plus, as well as a graphing calculator, either a TI-83 or 84. There may be some other calculator models that would be appropriate, so if you do have a different model, feel free to contact me, we can discuss that. You'll also need online access to a site called Wolfram Alpha. This site's free to access, so no fees there, just access to a computer, which you'll already need, obviously, since you're signed up for an online course. If you would prefer to have a physical copy of the textbook, you're certainly welcome to acquire one, and the information is provided here. But My Labs Plus comes with an electronic text built into it, so unless you would prefer to read a physical textbook, no need to purchase that physical copy. So learning outcomes and some other information you'll want to take a look at. We are going to skip ahead to use of technology. So since this is an online course, we're going to be completing most of our assignments through My Labs Plus. We'll be using Wolfram Alpha, that website that I mentioned before. This is going to be a very technology-heavy course. So what you need to do is make sure that you have backup plans in mind. So if your home computer were to crash, your internet connection were to be temporarily out, you need a backup plan to either head to a friend's house, a restaurant that provides Wi-Fi, or if everything else fails, you can always come in and use the computer lab in Heartland's library. But you need some plan in case you're running up against deadlines so that you can still work and get assignments completed. As with regards to attendance and participation, sorry about that, quick phone call. With regards to attendance and participation, while we don't meet face-to-face in this class, you will be asked to complete online discussion assignments. Okay, I had to stop to take a quick phone call there, but we were in the middle of talking about attendance and participation. So you will be required to complete some online discussion assignments, which will have you sometimes engaging with other students in the course, but whatever they're doing, having you take a more kind of written approach to concepts and topics that we're talking about. There are a couple of cases where your failure to participate or attend could have you removed from this course. Hopefully neither of those apply to you, but I just want to make you aware. Any student who doesn't log into MLP and attempt at least one assignment before the drop date will be dropped from this course. But as long as you're logging in, hopefully early on in the first week, and starting to get some work done, that won't be an issue. At midterm, you could also be withdrawn from the course if any of these stipulations have been met. If you fail to access the course for 2 weeks, if you fail to participate in more than 2 of those module discussions, or if you haven't meaningfully attempted at least 70% of the assignments due by midterm. Again, those are really designed more for people who have signed up for an online class and maybe just haven't kept up with it, have sort of tuned out of working on the material. As long as you're logging in, participating, keeping up with assignments, you shouldn't have to worry about either of those. There will be weekly homework assignments and quizzes in this course. For the homework assignments, you'll have an unlimited number of attempts to complete those problems. And after the due date passes, you'll still be able to complete late homework assignments, but with a 10% penalty. So what that would mean is, every homework assignment in this class, as long as you're willing to put in the time, you should be able to earn at least a 90% or better. Hopefully better, because you're getting homework assignments completed before that due date. But again, if something pops up and you end up being late with an assignment or two, still the opportunity to do very well on those assignments. Quizzes will be a little bit different. You'll only receive one attempt on each, you'll have a specific deadline for each quiz, and if you haven't completed the quiz by that deadline, you will receive a 0. But there will be a number of opportunities to help you practice and improve your score. Of course, one of those is doing well on the homework. But if you've earned a 95% or better on each of the homework assignments related to that quiz, you'll unlock a second attempt. So if that first attempt doesn't go as well as you would have liked, go back, complete the homework assignments to make sure you've got the 95% or better, and then take a second attempt at that quiz. There will also be practice quizzes which you can take an unlimited number of times to help you prepare and review to get as strong a score on that quiz as possible. Exams in this course will all be proctored. They'll be broken into 2 portions, a theory portion and an applications portion. The theory portion will be a traditional paper-pencil test. The applications portion will be a computer-based test where we'll be using Wolfram Alpha and applying calculus to business applications. But each portion of those tests has to be taken in one of our testing centers, either at the Normal campus, Pontiac, or Lincoln sites. So you'll want to plan ahead, but information will be provided when those exams hits on where those testing centers are located, hours, etc. There will also be a cumulative final exam at the end of the semester. This will be a proctored paper-pencil test, which will cover content from the beginning through the end of the course. You have to complete that test in order to pass the course, but we do have a couple of ways to improve your score if you start getting towards the end of the semester and you're not as happy with your score as you would have hoped. One of those is completing an optional 4th exam. So this optional 4th exam will only cover applications content and can replace your lowest application score so far. So if one of those first 3 application exams doesn't go as well as you would have liked, there will be an opportunity to boost that grade. Similarly, your grade on the final exam can replace your lowest theory exam. So if one of those paper pencil tests doesn't go as well as you would have liked, you have the opportunity to make up for that on the final exam. Also have some information here regarding exam release dates. As this is an online class, we're not really impacted by weather and other scheduling inconveniences, so we should be able to keep to that pretty well. We also have the grading breakdown for the course. It's weighted pretty heavily in terms of exams and the final, but if you look at discussions, homework, and quizzes as a total, that makes up 30% of your grade. So those 3 sets of assignments actually are weighted more heavily than your final. So hopefully that's some encouragement to take your homework, quizzes, and discussions seriously and earn the best scores you can. That can really, for one, prepare you for the exams later throughout the course, but also really do a lot to improve your score over the course of the semester. There are some important dates there for you to be aware of. Labor Day, the college will be closed, Thanksgiving break, etc. We want to skip ahead to take a look at the schedule for this semester. What you'll see here is a pattern of completing 3 weeks of assignments, followed by then a 4th week with an exam covering that content. So what we'll have is, again, introducing 2 sections, or 2 modules that cover theoretical concepts, so working math problems by hand, and then typically that 3rd week we'll hit applications concepts, where we'll use Wolfram Alpha, that online computer software, to analyze business calculus problems, generate results, and then focus on interpreting and applying meaning to those values. Then there will be the 2-part exam, the theory and the application portion, both of which are proctored and cover the material from those preceding weeks. If you have any questions about the schedule, absolutely feel free to let me know. There's also some additional information below that table on testing services, tutoring services, the library, disability support services. If you have questions about any of those resources, you can let me know, or just contact those folks directly with the information that's provided there. If you do have accommodations regarding testing from disability support services, just be sure you've talked to me ahead of time to make sure that those accommodations are put in place prior to the exam release date. So if you have any questions, absolutely, again, please feel free to contact me at any time. Email or stopping in during my office hours tend to work best, but feel free to make any use of any other means to get a hold of me. After you finish watching this video, again, be sure to look at the other information on the Start Here page, getting help, and additional practice pages. But I hope this turns out to be a good semester for you. I hope to hear from you. You'll definitely be hearing from me via the announcements page, emails sent out to the class, and individual emails sent out to you typically each week, just updating you on your progress and status so far. So keep in touch, and I hope this turns out to be a good semester.